That was poor.
All right, guys, we're back again. The unbeaten run's over. It's coming to an end at some point, but abrupt, really. Tonight I'm joined by James. How you doing, James?
I'm fine, thank you. How is everybody?
I'm all right, James. You?
Yeah, well, thank you.
Good.
Yeah, I'm all right. How are you, James? All right?
Yeah, all right. Bit cold here in NL, but we'll wrap up warm, eh?
And then I've John as well. How you doing, John?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad, mate. Got there in the end, didn't we?
Yeah.
Just got tuned in the end. But I can't see you, Claude. Can't see a picture.
No, I'm not in a good way, so I'll kick it off the screen.
Fair enough, mate. Too much.
And then obviously we've got Sam who just joined us. How you doing, Sam?
Yeah, I'm good, guys. How's everybody? It's good to see Claudia. Good to see James. Is that Johnny Buttons, I believe?
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. We got some history. You know that, right?
Everyone's got history with him.
When I mean history, it goes back to Fan TV days. Me versus you, Johnny Buttons. It's
Oh, God.
Mate, I don't know. I've retired now, mate. I only do that face-to-face shit. I can't be bothered with it anymore.
I'm only joking, man. You know me, man. You know me.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I've had it. I've had DT. I've had them all, mate. I've Claude. I mean, me and Claude at the start, we weren't sure about one another, but I'm lucky to, he's one of the nicest guys you can meet. So with Twitter, mate, you just don't know. It's
simple, man. Just stay professional and stay professional, stay classy. Do you simple as?
Yeah, that's my problem. I'd never stay professional. It was always I wanted to climb through the screen and grab their necks, and that's
Wow.
No, that's 2016. Yeah, you gotta realize it's 2018 now. Yeah, you gotta put the past behind you, and we just gotta move forward.
I know, man. That's it. I've behaved myself. I've started training again. I'm doing a little bit of boxing.
Yes, same here, man. Same here. Like, I think MMA is good cardio, fam. You understand?
Yeah, that's it. It's good for the mind, good for the soul.
Yeah, good, like MMA is good cardio. You shredding or you trying to build?
No, I did a bit of building. I went up to 13 and a half, and it weren't for me because I used to do a little bit of boxing anyway, but I used to run half marathons. I played for Tame and I had trials for Stevenage, so I played good football standards. But what I'm trying to do now, I'm nearly 12 stone again, so I'm getting back down to the footballer size, the footballer physique, so I feel better,
Yeah, fair play, man. Fair play.
I think that's the best sort of, so you can run, you do light weights, you can do sprinting. Yeah. I think that's the best physique,
Can you play centre half?
Fucking neat, yeah. Mate, after yesterday, Claude, wrong.
Yeah. We're going to get into that in a minute. And obviously, lastly, we're joined by Claude. How you doing, Claude?
Hello, everyone. Nice to be on here.
Oh, dude. Claude, you got this on Sunday when you even Wednesday as well. You're here Wednesday, aren't you, Sam?
Yeah. Yo, Claude, you had a game Wednesday?
Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah.
Yeah, Claude, you're gonna understand. You're gonna see me Wednesday. I'm club level. You understand?
Good man. Enjoy.
Club level.
That's what he looks like. Ah, there you are.
Yeah, man. Do you remember me, John?
Prawn sandwich, dude.
I swear. Obviously, I speak to so many people on there, and you row with so many people, you befriend so many people, and you forget, don't you? You just
Yeah.
I noticed when you were coming on the show that we both blocked one another, so obviously something happened.
Yeah, when I was 2016, I'll unblock you. You understand? Come on, I'll unblock you, bro. You understand?
Yeah, no.
Bygones be bygones. Shake hands with the camera. You understand?
Yeah, I'm up for that.
That's safe. I'll do that now, then.
That's done, mate. I'll I'll have to give me a hand. I'll find it and I'll unblock you.
Yeah.
That might explain what happened on buddy Twitter earlier on the group chat. What kept kicking you off, Sam?
Yeah, I'm unblocked you, bro.
And John.
Anyway.
It's safe to get into it. The unbeaten one sort of come to an end, very abruptly, if I may say so. And for the first time, especially when they scored 2-1, I honestly, you check my Twitter. I actually said this is the game we lose. But the run's coming to an end today. And people, no, it's the first half, second half, and all this. It's just. we just never really got a grip of the game at any point whatsoever. Even when we got back into it 1 or 2 all, we just and we never. And one of the part of the reason to blame, I don't care how long he was out injured, because Shelney's an experienced defender, and I know John, you do rave about him, but yet he was making rookie mistakes with all 3 goals. For a defender of his ilk, so we say, he should have been doing a lot better, especially the first goal and the third goal, in my opinion. Then, also, Leno was partly to blame in that third goal for doing. Your goalkeeper, you're going to come out like that. You have to either catch it with both hands or you punch it out. To flap it like that, you're just asking for trouble.
The only thing I'm saying on regards to the goalkeeper or whatever, I'm going to say it now, and I'm not arguing with anyone.
No.
Petr Cech is better. He's a better goalkeeper.
Well, he would have caught that. He would have caught that yesterday.
For me, Petr Cech is a better. Lino's still got time to improve. I think the only thing they've done is rushed him in because of people forget Cech's had 2 man of the matches this season. I said it last time I was on it. You know, you're a goalkeeper. Arsenal, he's had 2 man of the matches. For a goalkeeper to get man of the matches tells you something. And his stats this season are not that bad. I think some Arsenal fans have just got to get their head around the Chelsea thing. You know, at the end of the day, I think they've been a bit unfair to Petr Cech. He's playing a game not used to with a kick into the ball. And then all of a sudden, I think it was more hope because we've signed a goalkeeper that's 22 million. It's straight away, let's get him in, check shit. Well, they've got Lino in, and how many mistakes has the guy made?
Yeah, the trouble is...
always raved about it by Leverkusen, John. I mean, at Bayer Leverkusen, Leno had his moments, but, you know, I agree with the experience of Cech. I think going back to Koscielny as well, I think his Achilles injury has really done him, you know, in terms of pace, in terms of movement, in terms of 5-yard sprint. And, you know, with his age as well, you know, he's been with us a long time. But you saw with the Atletico semi-final back in April, you know, he misjudges a pass. And he's got one of the best strikers in the world gaining ground on him. He's not going to win that. And then Griezmann goes on and scores, of course. I think an Achilles injury is such an injury where, you know, I'm sure he feels that pain after the games and things like that. And it's just an injury now where it's eating into his game a little bit, where the anticipation of a 5-yard sprint or to anticipate going for a 50-50 ball, you know, he's a bit of a disadvantage, and it's I think his chicken's coming home to roost a little bit, you know, and this I think with the state of the injury, I can't really see it getting any better, to be honest.
Well, Koscielny and his Achilles. It's a bit, because I've said this before on here before. I was at a Q&A not this summer, last summer, and he said himself, since he first got that Achilles injury, he's not been the same. And he's been told by the team there, even at the time, middle critique, he'll never get back to his best. He'll have to be a game-by-game thing.
Right. I've been full of praise for the manager this season, yeah? But I'm afraid this weekend he's got it completely wrong, and he's made major mistakes, and I'm afraid he's got to take the blame. Like, we praise him, and I'll say it, but on Sunday, it was like I was watching a game from last season.
Yeah, I was going to say that as well.
And what I will say is one of the big mistakes he's made, and in my opinion, is whether you like it or not, we should not be taking players out of their position and putting them in a position, I'm talking about Granit Xhaka now, where he's completely out, he doesn't know what he's doing in that position. And what you're doing is you're weakening the position that he was in, in the midfield, and you're putting him in a defence. For me, I don't care how much experience the kid, the under 23 kid's got, I would have put him as a centre half. At least he knows his position. Yeah,
what's his craft?
That's one thing. Also, why was he playing Lacazette on Thursday night in a meaningless game, right? Yeah, meaningless game on Thursday night, and yet he didn't play him. He didn't start him on Sunday. That I cannot get over. I'd love that one to be explained because I can't get over that either. And as for the goalkeeper, he has been getting away in the last few weeks with bad errors, and no one has said anything because we've been winning. Yeah. On Sunday, he was completely exposed. The second goal, where he's just let it go over his head. He's completely misjudged it. And what he was doing for the third goal coming out, and I'm not the biggest fan of Ozil, but everyone going on about Ozil missing, making a mistake in the middle part and blaming Ozil for the third goal. Yet, you know, from where this part of the field where Ozil lost the ball, I mean, there's still a lot to be done. And what was he doing? Charging out, coming out, and then charging back. You didn't know what was going on. The next minute, the ball's come over, and he's completely out of position. And I mean, I couldn't understand that. Yeah, I don't understand it. I think he's maybe not ready for it at the moment, and maybe it's time to bring the check back in. But I've got to say it. And let me put it this way. Let me say this. I love Emery, but on Sunday he got it wrong.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you. I didn't get the Lacazette thing either on Thursday because, as you said, it was a meaningless game. We had already qualified. We topped the group. That was all guaranteed. He could have literally just put all kids, bar Koscielny, given Koscielny a run out, all the kids out, and just go for that. But no, for some reason, it would have made more sense to start him Aubameyang yesterday. He had any intention to play either of them on Wednesday against Tottenham. Take him off in like 65, 75 minutes if we were winning or something. But the fact is, he didn't do that, and it's come back and bit him on the backside. Because even when he came on the second half, he's Lacazette's out on the wing still. When he should be, he's the more, in my opinion, more direct, clinical threat going forward. And we've seen it in the last few weeks. Aubameyang has been missing quite a few open opportunities.
Well, not only that, Aubameyang doesn't. Well, you know, he doesn't close the defenders. He don't close the defenders down, and and you build attacks. Lacazette's work rate is far much better as well. Oh, yeah. It just doesn't make sense that we're playing a guy in a meaningless game. We're talking about all these games that we've got coming up, yeah, and we're playing him on a Thursday night when he not necessary. It didn't even matter what. It didn't need to be playing on Thursday night. Didn't need to be playing. No, totally. I love Emery. Don't get me wrong. I love what he's been doing. But I have to. When I say it as it is, when someone's not doing the job he's supposed to be doing, making basic errors, I'm going to say it. And all these people have been having a go at me. A lot of people have a go on Facebook and all this carry on, right? Having a go at me about it. I'm sorry. I say it as it is. It doesn't mean I want him out or anything like that. It's just he has to be you have to be critical when it's necessary. I don't know whether the boys agree with me. Probably don't, but you know what I'm saying.
See, Claude, the thing is,
I think you make a good point. You know, as much as we praise him, you know, he's not immune to criticism, is he?
No,
it's a long old season. And, you know, particularly away and with first half games and everything. And Emery as well, you know, it's been a fantastic run. But, it's his debut season. He wants to make a good impression. But he's not going to get it right all the time, is he? I mean, he's done tremendously well. I think Southampton as well, it's a very shrewd signing, Hasenhüttl as their manager. And they were always going to be pumped up for it. And my original prediction was a draw. I didn't think we'd win. And all good runs come to an end. We've got to pick ourselves up for a big North London derby on Wednesday, and if we win, we're in a semi-final, which is progress. And fingers crossed for Wednesday.
But you know what it is though. Like losing to Southampton, right? I'm not gonna lie, is a minor. You might think, oh, we lost the game. No game should ever be losing a game is a minor. To be honest, I'd rather have us losing to Southampton than us getting knocked out on Wednesday night against Spurs. Because should we get knocked out Wednesday night on Spurs, we'll not hear the end of it. We'll have people going, we knocked you out the court, we knocked you out the court, and then we'll be like, oh yeah, it was meaningless anyway, this, that, and the other. And at the end of the day, yes, Emery got it wrong. Emery got it wrong, yes. Like Claude said, at the end of the day, if he's got it wrong, but I mean that we also have the right to say what's wrong. But it also, if anything, it's also a learning curve, not for the managers but for the players as well. It's a learning curve for Emery on what he should not do next time. It's also a learning curve on for the January window, for maybe even the summer window, on where we should strengthen. And not only that, like, you know, in January, if we have the funds available, what can we get? And for me, what I did see yesterday was that we were lacking a wide player. We were lacking a player with width. We were lacking an Alexis Sanchez like player. Don't get me wrong, I love Iwobi. He's improved, but he's just not for me, in my opinion, good enough. Mkhitaryan may have scored 2 goals, but how consistent will he be? I mean, fair enough, you know, we don't have a wide player. Maybe that's what we need to go and do in January, is get a wide player in. From Holdings out for the whole rest of the season, maybe we do need to go out and we'll need to go out and get a centre back. I mean, for me, like you guys have mentioned, Koscielny, he doesn't cut it for me anymore. He might have had an Achilles injury, but before the Achilles injury, for me, in my opinion, he was losing it. And that semi-final against Atletico Madrid was a big point of me seeing my point of him losing it, because when you're one-on-one against one of the best players in the world currently, yeah, you don't take him on. You any other defender would have just kicked the ball out of play, kick it out of play, give time for them to regroup, and then hopefully try again. But with what Koscielny did was, as you can tell, you know, he decided to take Griezmann on, one of the biggest errors, one of the biggest things he shouldn't have done. And you know, we conceded a goal, and then, you know, and that's the end of it. You know, for me, Koscielny doesn't cut it. Leno, yes, he's young. Yes, he's young. Yes, he's inexperienced. You know, of course he'll make mistakes. Goalkeepers will make mistakes, but the thing is, they'll have to pick himself up time and time again. Fair enough, like John said already about Czech being better. You got to remember, Czech's got good experience in the league, and Leno's come from the Bundesliga, and it will take time for Leno to get used to it. And what I can say is that we'll lose games. Of course, we'll lose games, but we got to remember, we always got to give our support to the team. We always got to back the team, because at the end of the day, you know, we all support the same club. It's all about supporting the team at the end of the day. We'll make a loss. Yes, it's a setback, but it's all about how we can pick ourselves up from this. If we can respond by knocking Spurs out Wednesday night, honestly, I'll be happy. And furthermore, if we beat Burnley as well, which I'll be there for as well, I'll be even more grateful. So yeah, that's me.
Well, this is the big thing now, is how he bounces back. This will be the true quality of the manager, how he bounces back from this defeat in the next few weeks, because we've got a tough few games coming up. So we'll just see how we.
I think he's. I mean, I think we've seen that he can bounce back after Man City and Chelsea. So you know, so I think the proof is there, and I think that the credentials of the guy is there. And also, which I'm sure all of you will appreciate, I'm a huge Wenger admirer, as you know, but I've also got to admit, at the end of the day, Emery's playing with a lot of players that are not his. So, you know, so it's tough for him. It's a bit like Theresa May with Brexit. But it's a bit like...
Hey, John. I love you.
Brexit.
I love you already, man.
But it's like, it's, you know, a lot of the players are not his signings, apart from possibly Guendouzi. So, you know, I admire Emery, and I think, as Claude was right again, I can't believe we're agreeing again for a second time, but he was
in a week.
He was right about Xhaka. You know, you can't put Xhaka in there. It's just not his position at all. There's the good thing is, as well, it does show how much that we do miss Socrates and Mustafi. I know we mock them, but how bad were we without them?
I was just about to ask before, because I've got a question in the chat before I ask that question. Because when he came out, it looked like he was going for a flat back four. So was you surprised when it turned out no, there's a same formation, the three at the back, and they had Xhaka as Claude hit on earlier, in that back three, and he did not look comfortable at all.
And also, not only that, is that you're putting Guendouzi and Torreira, and together, just the whole thing, the whole balance of the team wasn't right in the end, was it? I mean,
No.
you just
It's
didn't
like,
have
in midfield.
there was nothing there. So exactly, there was runs from Wobie, and then nothing was really happening. And I'm just surprised about the Lacazette thing. I can't get that around. I can't get why he done it. There must be a reason. I don't know what it is, but it's a mystery to me why Lacazette didn't start and why he even played Thursday. I don't know. I mean, because really Thursday I wouldn't have even, and we wouldn't have. I don't even think we would have lost it even if we put me and DT in the back four on Thursday. So, but you know what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I just feel that
going in the back four.
Eh?
DT loves going in any back four, doesn't he? So I've heard.
Yeah, so no comment. But you know, I'm just saying that I just didn't understand it. But maybe one day we'll find out. But the big thing now is that he needs now. It's a big test for him now because it's not. He's got Liverpool away coming up. He's got his Spurs game on Wednesday, so it's a big test for him now. What does he do? I hope he puts a strong team out on Wednesday. I know there are a lot of people on Twitter saying, "Oh, we should put a B team out," but
no.
But this is Spurs. I mean,
it's Spurs, as you say. It's the biggest. It's the biggest rival.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity to reach the semi-final. And people write off this trophy, Claude, but we've only won it twice in our history. Yeah. And everybody remembers the disappointment of 07, 11 and 2018.
It was good.
It's not the trophy.
It was good enough for Man City last season, so why shouldn't it be good enough for us?
That's
you know what I'm
saying. It's not the trophy that's changed, it's the fans. It's not the trophy. The trophy's never changed. The trophy's always been there.
It's like the FA Cup, the same as it should have.
We live in another world now where it's all about Champions League and the Premier League.
We are a long.
When they said, that finishing second was better than winning the FA Cup. Remember when Spurs finished second, they go to Spurs finishing second in the league is better than winning the FA Cup. This is what it is. It's not the way the fans see things. It's the way the media portray things. The media want us to feel like a small club. We are not a small club. We're the third biggest club in England. There is no other argument against that. We've been great in the past. We'll be great again in the future. And it's simple as it's the way the media do this. For me, it's media bias. This is what makes us not appreciate wanting to win things.
Well, I would say,
Sam,
say to that, Sam, let him get on with it. You know, the first trophy I ever saw Arsenal win was the 1993 League Cup, and it was it was a special time. We've got an opportunity this season to win our first European trophy in 25 years. Johnny, Claude, and myself remember what 1994 was all about, and it's one of the memories we've got.
One of the first times I ever saw Arsenal win a trophy was the 2005 FA Cup. That was I remember watching that final from start to finish. My neighbours were supporting United. My sister was supporting United. I was supporting Arsenal. The moment Scholes got denied by Lehman, I go, yeah, into my sister's face. The moment Vieira scored the winning kick, I ran around the whole house, left, right, centre, up and down, jumping around going, Arsenal, Arsenal, we won. I was only 7. And you know what? Still to this day, winning the FA Cup is always special for me. When we won it in 2014 in extra time, I remember people that I was in school with, they saw me on the Monday. They were like to me, Sam, how do you feel the 9-year run is over? I feel immense. And the people that, wanted us to flop the final, I just gave them a middle finger in the face, told them that the club's crap. So, yeah.
I mean, I got back to 1987 when we beat Spurs in that semi-final. One of the great nights of football, that was, man. With Rocky, the great late Rocky Rocastle scoring the winner. And even Ian Allison getting on the score sheet, he became a hero for me that night. You know what I mean? I can still remember them and beating them in Liverpool in the final. When they said every time Rashford scores, no one wins, and we were the first team to get rid of that myth.
Sorry, yeah. Also, Sam, you've got to remember, even go back to our history. But before we won the league in '89 at Anfield, Arsenal hadn't won a league title in 18 years.
Yeah.
And even then, the media were on our cases because of how we declined from being the double and all that transition period up till then. You got the likes of Ipswich and Villa finishing higher than us at the time, which wasn't a bad thing at the time. But
they were very good Ipswich and Villa side, so Ryan.
Yeah,
Villa were
very good.
Villa
were excellent side.
They beat Bayern Munich in the final 1-0, and Aston Villa's 5-10 minutes from my house. So of course, big club, big history. This is the thing. Media bias. This is what they portray. It's what they want you to see, not what is the real story.
You've got enough personality and enough nous to know what you're watching and to have conviction in your own opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, my point of view is to regard. I mean, obviously, I'm from afar now. I look from afar in terms of British media. My response is let them get on with it. I mean, I've got my opinion. I'll stick to my opinion. I don't need to be told what's right and what's wrong. We've got people right off the League Cup. Johnny makes a great point about the fans. The cup has always remained the same. But to win on Wednesday is an opportunity for a semi-final. We've got to take it with both hands, and fingers crossed we can push on to hopefully reach the final again for the second year in a row.
Yeah. I mean,
I want to win the damn thing. I want to win the damn thing. I don't care what trophy it is. I want to see. Let me say this. I want to see us win whatever we can win. Whether it be the FA Cup, the League Cup, the Europa League, I want to see us win. I want to scream, yay! Whether it's on TV or at the stadium, I want to upload it on Snapchat. I want to send it to every person who doesn't support Arsenal, every person that I know that supports a rival club, and be like, your team is nowhere near as good as mine. My team won something. What has your team won? I want to do stuff like that. That for me, winning any trophy for me, for Arsenal this season, or whenever they win something, is always special. Even if it's a charity shield, I don't care. Trophy's a trophy at the end of the day. You take it long.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. What he just said, I just totally agree with that. Spot on. What he just said to me, a trophy is a trophy. Arsenal win a trophy. We've won a trophy. We can brag about it. I don't care the size of it, what it is. I'm very old-fashioned, and I'm not here to upset anyone or anything. But I this is going to sound really bad, but I actually prefer the domestic side. This Champions League stuff has totally fucked up English football for me personally.
Yeah. You know what, John? I feel you. You know what it is? I'm more old-fashioned, and I'm more part of the old culture than the new stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's good, man. Because at the end of the day, it's just so important to the English heritage, what it meant, the FA Cup, the oldest cup competition. Someone said to me the other day, they said, what would you rather win, the Champions League or the league title? The league title. I'd rather win the double, because at the end of the day, that's what makes me. We're playing Man United. We're playing Tottenham. We are the champion. I don't care about this Champions of Europe, whatever. We win it. Yeah, great. Fantastic. But it's the league for me every time. And they need to start. I mean, they fucked it up themselves. It's like the UEFA Cup. The UEFA Cup was huge. All this bollocks about when you get knocked out early of the fucking cup,
Champions League.
They get at the end of the Europa League.
And then you degrade the competition automatically.
Once you're out, you should be out.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you another thing that gets on my nerves. I know they do it, but they've ruined the FA Cup playing the semi-finals at the Wembley. At Wembley,
yeah. I agree with you.
Yes, Johnny.
It's just true, man. It's just wrong. It's crazy. And the 5:30 kickoff on a Saturday. Do you know what I mean? Go back to fucking 9 o'clock in the morning. Fucking getting the two captains to play a game of snooker like they did on Grandstand. Make a day of it. 3 o'clock kickoff. Get back to its roots. They're destroying it. They're destroying it.
Again, I grew up in the 90s and all that, where the FA Cup final was at either Old Trafford or Villa Park, depending on who was the final for.
That's it.
And it was a completely neutral ground. And the Holy Grail of Wembley was the Holy Grail. That was the aim to get to Wembley first, or even winning the competition.
But even those away days, Ryan, I remember going to Old Trafford in 2003 against Middlesbrough. The whole day out, going all the way up from from London to Manchester, you know, in a car with your mates, and just having a right laugh, and just obviously the wind helps. And then when you're travelling down the motorway, you've got an eye on, you know, who you're going to face in the 2002. Sorry, actually, Old Trafford, Arsenal, Middlesbrough. But you got one eye on who you're going to face and everything. And John's absolutely right. You know, it's not old fashioned. I mean, those were the days where everyone enjoyed it, but there's so much at stake now, and the money involved is just obscene in some quarters, where you just they're not thinking about those kind of things anymore. They're thinking in terms of Wembley, how they can recuperate their money, you know.
Is it true that our game has been moved to 5 o'clock on a Wednesday night, or is that
5 to 6 on a 5 to 6 on a Thursday, Claude?
Because I heard someone was saying today it was 5 o'clock on a Wednesday that was going
That was initially their plan.
That was the early. And then UEFA made a final decision that it's going to be 5 to 6 on the Thursday, the 21st.
Yeah, initially their plan was 5 o'clock on a Wednesday for some reason, just because both our Arsenal and Chelsea play at home on the same night.
Yeah,
as well. Where's the problem there?
Yeah, exactly. Why are we the ones being moved about? Why aren't Chelsea being moved in?
And what happens as well, Ryan, when we get to the latter stages of the competition? What are they going to do then?
Exactly.
So that means that we're both playing. They're playing at 8 o'clock and we're playing at 6. Then.
Yeah. As we finish, they're starting.
Right, I get it now. Right. Okay, that's a bad time for a lot of people will miss it, wouldn't they?
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying today that season ticket holders on Twitter have been saying that it's going to be impossible for them to get from where they work to there on time.
Yeah.
Well, the crowd, especially if we've won the first leg about 3 or 4-0, that crowd will be one of the lowest ever.
That'll be worse than Thursday, because that was bad itself.
Yeah.
The question in the chat I was referring to earlier was basically from AJ. He was asking, are people being too quick to write off Koscielny after our recent performances, even yesterday and last season?
As a squad player, 100% yes. As a squad player, I think Koscielny certainly could be valuable to us for the rest of this season on the bench, possibly, or start in a few games, because a fit Koscielny, or he's going to have good games for Arsenal. I mean, he's not totally shit. He's lost a yard or two. I mean, he's proved it's Laurent Koscielny we're talking about. I have heard a whisper today, and I don't know if any of you guys have, that Arsenal could be going in for Gary Cahill.
Yep.
Really?
I heard that earlier on this week. I heard that, John. I'm not entirely sure what to make of it. I don't know if Emery's been checking out Cahill, but be interesting to see who they identify going forward, because that's something that's really interesting for me.
The trouble is, in January, that's what you got in January. You ain't gonna get a really top notch player for that, and he's on a free. I think that's why he's on a free, So I think that's probably for the experience. They'll probably take him on.
What about you, Claude? Would you take him on a free? I would.
Yeah, because he's got experience, I suppose. Yeah, and it's free, I suppose. Yeah,
as a squad player,
he's not really a bad centre half. It's just that at the moment he just can't get in the Chelsea team. But on a free, I would take him, because I don't think we need players in. That's for sure. Because
can I ask you guys a question though? Just seriously, be honest now. He does make mistakes, but has anyone seen an improvement in Mustafi this season? Be honest.
Yeah.
Not consistently, but there is games where he does look better than what he has been previously.
Very
Emery than Wenger.
Very different, because he's got with Unai, he's got his assistant now. I can't remember. I keep forgetting his name, but he's one. Yeah, basically, he seems, from what we see at match days, he's the one drilling the whole squad on set plays, defensive plays, you name it. He does all the defensive side of things and set pieces. Whereas with Wenger was so hands-on and everything. So that's again, for a player to go from one extreme to the other. That's a refreshing thing to see. and then
Absolutely.
they all buy into it as well.
But another thing, yeah, everyone's gone about Koscielny, but surely a centre half should be able to jump. Two goals, he didn't even jump. Eh?
That's what I'm saying. Yesterday, the first goal, I don't know why he led with his foot. He should. The ball's at head height, but it's at head height. What's his name? He didn't have to jump for it. He literally just like boom in goal. All Koscielny had to do is put his body in front and use his head to head it for a corner at least.
There was not even no spring to jump or nothing.
No.
I mean, surely a centre half needs to be able to jump. And I don't know. I mean,
what broke my heart? It was like it because he is a bit of he's probably the best defender we've had since William Gallas, and I think it was sad watching him because it was like a rabbit in the headlights for that. So
yeah,
I do get that. I mean, did he panic?
Well, even the third goal, the same.
But we're talking about Laurent Koscielny. I mean, Claude. I think Claude would agree with me as well, or you guys, or James. Koscielny will have a lot better games, and he is capable. He's got the quality to get us through this season. I think it's his last season, but I think he'll be a valuable member to the squad.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you guys know, but Tottenham have got a little situation going on down their end concerning both their centre backs, both out of contract this season. End of the season, Alderweireld and Vertonghen about a contract.
I don't care. I'll take Arsenal tomorrow. I don't care what anyone else says. I will take Alderweireld at Arsenal. He's got the experience. He's got. Who do you
rather? Alderweireld, who's in his 30s now, or Vertonghen's a couple of years younger?
Alderweireld, rather than Vertonghen. I mean, I watched them firsthand for many years here playing for Ajax, and Alderweireld is certainly the better centre back and the better defender. And I think he would be a good addition. I know he was linked to United not so long ago. I think Vertonghen obviously was sent off in the North London derby and can have his moments. But it'd be interesting to see who they identify. You know, to get someone from the same league, for example, that would be an idea. Someone who's used to British and English football as well could be good. But I just think you've got to give him the opportunity to identify players going forward. I mean, there's names being bandied about from lots and lots of different people, you know, even in terms of different positions with Benega, I think at Sevilla and those kind of things. Sam touched on it earlier, I think, about a winger. I can't believe how people are overlooking Thauvin at Marseille. He scored 11 goals this season. He would provide natural width. And I know he had a dodgy spell at Newcastle, but he proclaimed that he's proclaimed that he was never happy in Newcastle, both on the pitch and off it. And he felt very unhappy, and he couldn't really find his best form. He's gone back to Marseille, and he's been one of their best players. His pinpoint crossing could be a valuable asset, especially for Lacazette and Aubameyang.
Also, we need another left back, and from what I've heard, don't shoot the messenger, but from what I heard is that Alberto Moreno of Liverpool is out of contract at the end of the season, and he's kind of keen to work with Unai Emery again. Would you guys take him? Because
I'd take him because I think Emery would improve him.
John, if you didn't hear that, it was Alberto Moreno of Liverpool. He's out of contract at the end of the season, and he's keen to work under Unai Emery again. Would you take him? Would you take him at Arsenal?
Yeah, I'd take him. I'm really interested in this. I'm sure Sam and the other guys have heard as well. I've been watching the footage of. I can't pronounce his name, but the winger from Roma that Arsenal.
King.
Yeah, he's something else. Apparently we put a bid in for him, and I've been watching, and that boy can play.
That boy can run past people, man.
He can, and I tell you what, he looks like an old Arsenal player under Arsene Wenger, like when we were the 49ers, the fast. He's got a turn foot. He reminds me of a little bit, like an Overmars.
Oh.
He reminds me of Mark Overmars a little bit. He's got that sort of something about him, He's got that strength. He's got that. He's not big.
Pacing behind and small but pacey and a bit aggressive.
Yeah,
he knew where the goal was.
It does look good.
Yeah, that we do need a winger as well, don't we? We need some width, don't we? We haven't got any width in our team. Yeah, yeah. But I think the priority is to get a centre half in. That's the big thing we got to get in.
Godin all day.
Oh, that would be a dream, Johnny. That would be a dream. You put Godin in our back four, give him 15 games, it'll be unrecognisable.
It'll be like Van Dijk at Liverpool.
Having seen Godin play live on many occasions, he makes things look so simple. But do you know what his biggest asset is? He communicates both verbally and also he marshals his defence. He's the boss of that defence. They all look to him, and when he gives his players a nudge to say that was a fantastic clearance or that was a fantastic interception, they all feel 10 feet tall, and they all work in unison. I mean, that Atletico defence is something to admire, really. When it's all working in unison, it's tremendous.
Yeah, well, I think it was down to him that they didn't concede as many as they, because they what was it, the 1-1 draw at Arsenal last season.
He was interesting. Yeah, flying around.
Yeah, I was there. He was instrumental, as like you couldn't believe. He was like, Tony Evans, Sol Campbell, as you said, vocally, and in every aspect, he's a leader.
Yeah, he's a great Sam.
Yeah.
Going back on that winger, that Roma winger, you sound like, do you know a little bit about him or not really?
Cengiz Ünder. Yeah, he's a Turkish winger. He's rapid. He's height as well. He can take on people quite well. I don't know if you remember Roma beat Barcelona 3-0, and when Manolas scored the third goal, it was his corner that assisted it. He's got an in-swinger of a left foot. He's very good. He's very talented.
Does he look like an Arsenal player to you?
Yeah, he looks like you said, Overmars. He reminds me of Overmars with long hair. He's just like he's actually really that good. I'll take him tomorrow, to be honest. I'll take him tomorrow. If Roma was to sell him tomorrow, I would be like, slap as much money as you can, get this guy, and I guarantee he'll make a massive difference.
Yeah,
Roma might well need him now for the remainder of the season with their European commitments and also trying to win a trophy. Guys, as you know, I'm an hour ahead here, so I'm going to sign off now. It's been a pleasure as always. I also want to take this opportunity to wish you all a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Best wishes for 2019. And I shall see you. I'll see you in January at the Chelsea game, perhaps.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, James. All the best, mate.
Yeah, hopefully see you soon, James. Yeah, thank you, mate.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Take it easy. All the best. Bye bye.
And use that.
See you.
Bye.
Well, I've got a question from Jamie in the chat saying, do you think Smith Rowe will now get his chance going forward, as in like going from like the league games, like Burnley this weekend?
He's got an injury at the moment, so at the moment he's not going to be doing much. But he's a good prospect. But I think probably next season more than this season.
Yeah, looking forward on to Wednesday. What changes aside from the goalkeeper, as you've let on earlier? What other changes would you make basically in the starting 11 and subs bench going for that game? Would you be like, right, you'll play abysmal on Sunday? We're all playing again today.
Changes will happen because Socrates will be back, I hope.
Yeah, I think he's back from suspension.
I'm not sure if Mustafi's still injured. Is he still injured?
No, apparently not. Apparently he's fine now.
Right, so I'll go back to them two. And Bellerin is definitely out, isn't he?
So
he's out for a few weeks. Yeah.
Put Lichtsteiner right back or
Lichtsteiner right back. I'd say. I actually, with his Spurs, when we beat them last time, we played with the 3-5-2, didn't we? We played with. So we'd have to go. What's happened to Kolasinac? What happened? Was he injured on the other week?
I don't think so. I haven't heard any injuries about him.
Well, I'll have to check. I play him as a wing back. I play.
Torreira,
Monreal,
Liechtensteiner on the right
back.
Right wing back Lichtsteiner, left wing back Kolasinac.
It's still a bit short, isn't it? I don't think we can play with centre halves, can we? Because we're a bit short, aren't we? So we might have to go 4.
We might have to play Monreal at centre back, left centre back.
I'd play Xhaka, Torreira. I'd actually play Mesut Ozil on Wednesday night, and then I'd play with I'd say 4 at the back, because we can't play with 3 centre halves because we haven't got 3 centre halves. I'll play with Xhaka, Torreira, with Ozil, and 33. I think I'd go Iwobi, Aubameyang, and Lacazette.
Yeah, that's my team.
Johnny, what about you?
I don't know, man. Is Aaron Ramsey near fitness?
He was on the bench yesterday.
On the bench yesterday.
I mean, personally, I'd start Aaron Ramsey because he knows what it means, and I would start Aaron Ramsey. I think he's got to play against Tottenham. I'm a big Ozil fan as well, but for me,
can't play them together though, Johnny.
No, that's the only thing. But I would start Ramsey because I think he knows. He knows.
Yeah, I think maybe you're right with Ramsey because I don't know where Ozil didn't look weird. I was
about to ask that. Do you think, because Ozil had that little period of this season where everyone was raving about him, and he sort of stepped his foot on the gas again?
No, I think he needs a bit more massage on his back. I think to get him back. Anyway, yeah, no, maybe Ramsey. Then I think I'm going to agree with Johnny on that. I think go with Ramsey instead of Ozil, and then in that way, that gives us a more compact. We'll be more compact that way as well.
And also, what Ramsey will do is his work engine is efficient, and what he'll do is if it's not happening for us after about say 60 minutes, 65 minutes, you've got a Mesut Ozil that could open up a tired Tottenham defence.
We can't keep doing this. We can't keep doing this, agreeing with each other, Johnny.
It's fucking frightening, isn't it?
It's not good enough.
Ever since me and you started agreeing, I started drinking more.
That'd be your excuse on Wednesday.
Yes, but I think Arsenal Ramsey will hopefully we'll try and run them like ragged. 65 minutes, not happening. Put Mesut Ozil on. Gaps will open up. Then maybe Guendouzi come on as a sub as well. But one thing I will say now, and I know Sam was talking about the goalkeeper earlier. I mean, he is right. You've got to support him in that. But I'd certainly play Petr Cech tomorrow because he definitely knows what he's doing. And then what I would do is it looks like possibly Petr Cech's last season. So I would so I would start Petr Cech for the Premier League games now and swap it round and play Leno for the other games because I think Petr Cech's still the better goalkeeper at the moment. I'd certainly play him in the more vital games because he knows he's been there. He knows what it means.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you, to be honest. And also got to remember with Leno, this is the new league for him. They've got, as you said earlier, ease him in, take time, don't do what Klopp did with Karius, rush him in, and when things don't go according to plan, put your foot down, and no, he's still staying number one until the confidence is knocked out of him, to the point where he makes a mistake in the biggest game on the planet. So yeah.
I like Leno. Don't get me wrong. Leno's got.
I was happy that we got Leno when we got him. All the other songs we made this summer. But also another little thing: Christmas parties. Was it a mistake from whoever organised it to have it on the day before Sunday's game? So they've left it late until it was like either last night, Sunday night after the game, or.
I don't think it matters because at the end of the day, it's quite clear that our players don't give a fuck what night they go out or any footballer before one.
I'll just ask Iwobi.
Yeah, because they all go out. I mean, they're either on crack balloons or whatever they're doing, or getting pissed up. And at the end of the day, they do what they want to do, and they do it sneakily. So you know what I mean? That's just sometimes.
Our players Yeah, our players don't get pissed. Tottenham players get pissed and drive
Yeah, definitely.
and get away with it by the media. Apparently, there's not even go there on that one. So yeah, I was going to say now. What was your thoughts on the draw itself today? Because as I was saying earlier, we were literally moments away from being. If we didn't get drawn against Bate, we would have had Galatasaray, and that would have been literally a repeat of the 2000 UEFA Cup final, which we lost. And then plus Galatasaray, it's a very hostile place to go to for a first leg.
It's a game we should expect to win, and carry on. Let's get the job done in the first leg, so then we can rest a few players in the second. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's going to be very busy, especially if we get in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. It's going to be very busy. We're going to have a lot of games to play. So,
January, New Year's Day.
That's why we need to strengthen in January. That's why we do need to strengthen.
Because New Year's Day we've got Fulham, then we've got the FA Cup against Blackpool away or Solihull. Then we've got another league game. Then if we get to the semi-final, we've got the semi-final first leg. Then another league game. Then the second leg. Then the FA Cup fourth round if we get that far. Then another league game. And then straight after, a couple of weeks later, you've then got Europa League kicking in.
Yeah.
So it'll be very hefty.
Yeah. So.
Sam, what about yourself?
What was the question again?
Basically, what was your thoughts about the draw today? Do you think it'll be the opposition we've got will be a problem for us? Considering if we win on Wednesday, we've been a 2-leg semi-final anyway.
Well, there's two ways you can look at it. You can either get to a final of the Carabao Cup and play the Batty Borisov. We can beat them in the first leg comfortably, like 3 or 4-0, for example. Then you can play the kids in the second leg, rest the big guys for the big game. If we do make the final of the Carabao Cup, rest them for that. What I was gonna say was that it's better. To be honest, it's better that we do Batty Borisov, Celtic in the round of 32. But I realized to myself that should we get Celtic, we'll have to play the first team in both legs. You have to play the first team in both legs, and because I played the first team in both legs, if we got like a big game on the weekend, like if we do make the Carabao Cup final, you'll the rest of the players the rest of. And as you know, as it's gonna we'll progress. There is no doubt about it. We will progress in the Europa League. I can see us easily reaching the last 8. So it will get tough. It will get tough. But from what I saw today, getting Batty Borisov, it's a nice start because we could have got heavier teams. You could have got teams that that could, even though they're not as good, but potentially could give us a game and potentially ruin our chances. So yeah.
There's quite a few teams we could have got that I didn't really want, to be honest. I thought we would actually get because of how they're looking when they're doing the draw. It just got me. There's a way we always get stitched up in knockout stages anyway, usually, apart from last season until the semis.
Right.
Well, yeah, it's about to sign off. So yeah,
that's the pub signal. That is like
yeah.
It's the line.
Don't say nothing.
Right.
No, you know when Batman gets like a bat in the air, Claude gets a fucking pint.
Mate, I need a drink after yesterday, mate. I need one. I need to.
Are we all going to the game on Wednesday?
We're all going. Quick predictions. Come on, boys. Because I need to get down for the pub.
I'll let you guys answer.
4-0 Arsenal.
Okay.
4-0 Arsenal.
Yeah, I'd love to say that, but I'm going to go 2-1. What about you, Sam?
I'm going to go for 3-2 Arsenal.
There you are. Now the host. What does the host think?
If they go full strength like we do, and we go full strength, 3-1. Right. I reckon they'll be close, and then they'll be like we'll go 1-0 up, then 2-0. We'll let them back in it, and because and then at that stage to go later on, it'll be we'll get on the counter attack and finish the game off in the end. We've got no chance of responding.
Yeah.
Like Southampton did to us yesterday.
I can't believe it. This is my first time. It was at club level, box level Wednesday.
Yeah, enjoy it, Sam. Enjoy it. Hopefully with a win.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully. I mean, Claude, you know I was there when we beat Sporting Lisbon 1-0 in Portugal.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was in my opinion, it was one of the best nights of my life. I mean, I've always wanted to go watch Arsenal play European.
Yeah, it's nice. It is nice. It's a good night. It's a good day out. It is, yeah. I love the European away trips. They're great. It's great.
Yeah, Portugal was absolutely beautiful. Just to win our first ever European match in Portugal, it meant so much. And the fact that I was there as well, it means a lot. I mean, I don't want to jinx anything. Touch wood, I don't. But Arsenal have won. Since we lost to Liverpool 4-0 and even though we drew to West Brom 1-1, matches I've attended, Arsenal have won every single home game that I've been there and I've attended. And
well, let's hope it doesn't end on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Hope it doesn't end up.
Anyway, boys, look, I'm going to wish you all a Merry Christmas, yeah?
Yeah, I'll see you on Wednesday, Claude, and Saturday as well.
Oh, you'll be there Wednesday. Are you going to be there, Johnny?
What? No, I've got VIP at the old Keith Deller. I've got VIP at the darts, so I'm going to go and meet him. And
yeah. What, the Ali Pally?
Yeah, so I'm going to go there.
Okay.
But, bring him down the pins after.
That's a good idea, actually. I'll see you at Fulham.
Yeah, because you know down the pins, they all come in after down the pins. They all come in after the darts. You know that, don't they?
That's to see you and me.
To see you, Johnny, not me.
Have a nice Christmas, mate.
Yeah, have a nice Christmas, everyone. I really enjoy it. And as I say, I'll see you, Ryan. I'll probably if I see you on Wednesday. I'll see you Wednesday. Yeah. And Sam, enjoy your box level, mate, or whatever on Wednesday.
Full sandwich brigade.
And I'm off to the pub now.
No.
Bye. See you later, boys.
See you later.
That's it. I suppose that's it then, guys.
Yeah, pretty much. Thanks for coming on.
No, pleasure.
As you both know, was meant to have another guest on, but they had to pull out this one for personal reasons, so I'm not going to go into on air. Sort of, it's not my place to say. But yeah, hope to be on next week if things sort themselves out.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Who was it meant to be?
Yeah.
Nice.
Gunner Gal.
Yeah, I know her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She follows me.
Yeah, she was meant to be on last week because she was ill, and then something happened this weekend. She couldn't make it, so it's fine. And we said we rearrange when everything gets itself sorted. But yeah, I might be doing a preview tomorrow for the Tottenham Cup quarter final, and then a review on Thursday, and then after that I'll be back on Monday this time next week for the Burnley review. And hopefully we bounce back from yesterday and get a few couple of wins back under our belt. Because otherwise, if we lose either one of them games, you know the media are going to jump on it. Just to compare Tottenham drawing up against Barcelona's beating to us getting knocked out or losing a game at all against anyone. We lose against Man City. Or if we lose against Man City, for example, home or away, we get slated. They do it. Oh, so brave. How Harry third in sport last night, I'll never know. The guy bottled it in the biggest game there for his country. Yeah, anyway, thanks Sam and Johnny for coming on.
No worries.
And obviously, I'll be thinking Claude and James later will get off there. And hopefully I can get you all back on again soon.
Okay then, mate. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
See you, sir.
See you later, John.
Yep.
See you, mate.
See you later. And with that, basically, if you like what you're seeing, give it a thumbs up and after this. Subscribe, hit the notification button, and yeah, so you don't miss any more of the live stuff. So obviously, depending on the week, I usually have either Ken, lead judges, Claude, trying to get Troops, sort of things around Troops. Monday night, hard time for him to organise and get on, but we're trying to sort that out. And Ola as well, and other guests, etc., etc. So it's not just the same old panel; it's different people every other week, different characters, and yeah, basically. And in the new year, once everything's settled game-wise, I have got more content lined up. That's not match reviews. It's basically getting a guest on or two guests at a time, and we'll be discussing and going over certain Arsenal legends of the past, like Rocky Rocastle, Wrighty, Frank McClintock, Jennings, Bob Wilson, David Seaman, John Newkidge, Smith, etc., etc. But that'll be a New Year thing. But once everything's cleared up, I'll be putting that on my Twitter, what the situation with that is and when that'll be going up live and this, that, and the other. And I will, once I've finished come off this, be putting I keep saying every week, I keep forgetting, but this time I'll be going back on other videos and doing it. Putting everyone's social medias, like their Twitter links. If they have Instagram, I'll be putting that up there in the description, etc. So if you haven't already, go follow them. They're all top guys, and if you're doing it out to cause any grief, don't bother, because that's not what this is all. That's not what I'm about. It's not what they're about. End of the day, we're all Arsenal fans. First and foremost, Arsenal is what we care about. And yeah, we're going to lose games. We're going to win games. We can't win everything. It's the reason we're not. But most of us aren't having this sort of complete meltdown like we have in comes to a defeat, like we have done in the past. Because it's this is completely different. Whereas the old regime was 22 years set in stone, sort of thing. And in the end, it was just like repetitive, and it's just got to say it was the same old. When it comes to defeats, it was just we do review shows or other this, that, and the other. We're all pretty much singing the same hymn sheet. Whereas now it's because it's a new regime. It's still in the early days. Unai's going to make mistakes. He's human. We all make mistakes. But the most important thing, he learns from it, the players learn, and they bounce back and have that mental attitude of not letting that last result bother them like it would have done under the previous regime, and have it affect their future performances straight afterwards. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. For people that have tuned in and put questions in the chat and chatted away, thanks. I do appreciate it. As I said, if you like it, subscribe now, share it as well. As many shares as possible. Hit that like button as well. Smash the fuck out of that like button. And until next time, up the Arsenal.